Found a fish!
Hi, I'm Brad Knowles, producer of Friday Night Flies, hosted by Scott LeBoldus and Scotty Holmes. Enjoy the show.
Take it away, Scotty.
Welcome back, Friday Night Flies fans. Here we are, Spud Valley Sporting Goods, 1380 Birch Street, downtown Pemberton. Woo! And, yeah, Pemberton Fish Finder, the bomb of fishing guides.
The bomb.
The bomb. So, we're doing flies. It's Friday. And I'm doing this little dry fly down here. It's an inverted CDC wing Mayfly. So this is probably not the fly that you're going to tie 20 odd of them, but it is more of your fancy, good-looking, gorgeous fly. Fun to challenge your skills a little bit here and there. I do throw this on the water, but like I said, I don't have a million of them because they are quite time-consuming, but they look hell of a neat. It's a good way to impress some people. You get this on your website or on your Facebook page, everybody will be like, oh my god, I can't believe you tied that. So let's go down to it and we'll tie it up.
Man, that would definitely challenge my tying skills. I'll be honest with you, Scotty.
So this is an inverted Mayfly. Oh, and of course I put your little tweezers away.
Oh, you did the forceps?
Yeah, that's all good. I'll do one of these and see if this will work. So it has a the hackle on the bottom. I think maybe that'll work there. Hackle on the bottom, so that's the way it sits. So this hook rides upside down.
It's a little shaky. I think it's because you've been into the same coffee I've been drinking all morning.
Yeah. But yeah, the gasoline Brad serves up here.
It's real smooth.
Real smooth. But that's our little inverted Mayfly. So let's get at this tie. And tonight as well, for those loyal viewers, please chime in and let us know, because we are trying to tie this in a new HD format. So we're upping the memory capacity and everything else that we have going on.
It's a real deal, man.
What do we call it? We got the supercomputer and we're making it work today. So
that's right.
Let us know if you notice a difference between all our other videos that we've been doing lately and this one, to see if it's worth us burning through the RAM on the computer or not.
Yeah, the RAM memory. Yeah, we're making this thing smoke.
Alright, where's my hook at? I lost it, of course, because it was on there and then I tilted my box. Well, what you want to use is a size 10 curved caddis. Here it is, in the bottom of the box.
Perfect, you got it.
And yes, we're going to get this on. Now we are going to maneuver this hook around a little bit throughout the tying process. So your first one is going to look pretty weird and you're going to be like, really? But that's where we're going to put it, just like this, because we're going to get this tail going.
That looks like a pretty heavy duty hook too, eh?
It is a curved caddis hook.
Yeah.
It's the only one that I got that has the right shape. There's another one that I was using, which is the Daiichi curved hook. It's a thinner shank, works really good, but I went through them all already, doing my practice ones.
Okay, so that's the hook you're going to want to tie it on, or
yeah, we have them on the wall here somewhere. You see, it's still a nymph hook, but they're a thinner, these curved hooks. So that's the brand and the style. I don't know if you can see it in the pack there. It's a nice long curved hook, and it's a thinner. I'm doing it in a 10. I think with so that's the one that we have in now.
The Mustad.
Yeah, the Mustad. So the Mustad's a little thicker of a hook. No big deal. I like to put the hook sideways on my vise. I have a nice rotary here, so I can do that. Makes it easier to wrap, and we're going to cut that off. So you can see we've gone all the way up the bend of the hook to create that body shape with the Mayfly. I'm going to put a little bit of a tail, and I'm going to use this UV bucktail, and it's a chartreuse, but what I'm doing is taking some of this color from the middle here, and you don't need a lot. You just need, 4 or 5 little strands.
Thank Superfly for that bad boy. I grabbed a couple of those hot colors myself. I got one in chartreuse pink and fuchsia as well.
Fuchsia. Fuchsia's a good one. I like that.
Phew, I can't wait to
So
test.
we got our little stack here, and I'm just going to even it off. I'm going to take some of these longer fibers. I'm going to whittle this down a little bit too. And it's also a great time to make sure you don't have any of that down, because that part of the cape has a lot of down in it. So I'm just going to get all those out. So I got a good 5 or 6 there. Pinch the ends, get rid of the rest. And then we're end up with this nice little tail here. So I'm going to get this tied right onto the underside, and I want my tail to be about the length of that hook. I'm going to trap it on there, work it up, and again I like to just put my vise to the side. I'm going to tie the rest of this stuff in. It helps to build the body thorax. It's a little awkward because you're working sideways. And just work around that bend towards the hook of the eye. Keep bumping my vise. And this coffee's good.
It's good, man. It's like, I don't think it's gasoline. It's more like diesel today.
And we're just going to get rid of those little bits there.
Real smooth.
Real smooth. We're going to put in our ribbing, which is the glitter thread here. It's a 230 din.
Oh, you got a bunch of those spools too, man. They're good, aren't they?
Oh,
The glitter
I
thread?
really like them for using as ribbing on my dry flies. It doesn't add the weight of the wire, but it gives that good contrast.
Did you see the rip that I threw on that convict, the mosquito pattern? The black?
Yep.
Man, is that stuff. And then you hit it with the UV.
And
UV light.
It really sparkles. It's good stuff. So again, we're going to wrap that up towards the tail. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is just using our thread, we're going to build this up just a little bit here. And then we're going to come in with some technical stuff on you guys. Alright, so I built it up a little bit, smoothed it out. Now we need to make a little post that's going to be on the underside of this fly. So I'm grabbing some of my Stren 20 pound. Why I like using the Stren is because it actually glows UV. And
That's something to
Brad
think about.
saw the Stren come out and he knew what to do. He went and got the UV torch for us here. So just burn a little ball in, and you see how that UV glows. So what's really neat about this is that little ball is going to glow on the bottom of this fly. And then what we're going to do is this is going to get tied on the bottom. Oh, wrong way. Facing towards the hook eye. I'm going to tie this onto the bottom of the shank here.
You know, for all those guys that are using the Stren Clear Blue,
Yeah.
that's something to think about if you're fishing for line-sensitive fish. If you're, hold on, I'm just going to show them something. If you look at the spool, that's what fish are seeing.
They see your line all the way down.
Yeah. So,
Like a big neon sign shining.
yeah. I don't know if that's something you really want to see, but hey, you know what? I've used Stren for years. I didn't know.
We didn't know
But
until
as-
we
as
used
soon
it
as
as
I
a trailing
found-
hook or something. I think we went to go.
Yeah. As soon as I found out, though, I
Stopped.
stopped. Yeah.
Alright, so I'll turn this vise and see what's happening here. So I've laid this on here so that this is going to be able to post up and get away from the fly, and that's where we're going to put our hackle. You can see it glowing from here. So I've secured it on, and I've brought it about halfway up the hook. Now I'm going to take my nice sharp scissors here. I'm just going to hold this up, and I'm going to cut that Stren on an angle so it will taper. And then I'm going to finish tying that in, and then we're going to even off the taper here.
Well, at this point, Scott, that looks like a pretty creepy fly.
Pretty creepy.
Yeah, it looks kind of really strange, like a unicorn or something.
Alright, so this thread is also going to be what the thorax is, so nice thread base. It's going to give you your color. right up to those tail fibers. Nice even wraps. Woo, don't catch the hook point. And I'm just trying to fill in that little space there in the end of the thread. That's looking good. We got a good enough taper now. Alright, so we're going to get this all the way back. We're going to go underneath and on top. So next we're going to do is the ribbing. And again, I'm going to leave this sideways to be able to work on it. We're going to just do nice even wraps up this body. You can do them as tight or as loose as you want. I like going gradually larger as I get towards the head of the fly. Again, I'm just going to nip one underneath that little
Belly button cleaner.
belly button that I got.
That's an outie.
Alright, we'll turn her over so you can see. Boom. Now we can reposition so that it looks a little bit more natural. So just make sure that you be careful of those tails that you put on. Alright, so what I like to do now with this post is just take it and crimp it back. Use your nail. I'm just folding it back. Put a little crimp in it. It's going to help to keep it up and out of the way.
That sounded like you broke your nail.
No, I'm good. Alright, so get that thread right up to that crink. Now we're going to put in the hackle. So I just have I got a big cape and it's all this saddle
So to
hackle.
hold that thing from folding back down, do you wrap in front of it a couple times, or what do you?
Well, we're going to be having dubbing going on.
So okay.
Yeah, so it helps to prop it up.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself here.
Yeah, and so was I too. We're just going to put, where did my dubbing go? So I got a bunch of diamond dub here. And I'm just going to go with this.
Hey, I didn't see that dub kit, man. Where did you get
Oh,
that?
that's
Dude?
custom made, bud.
Oh, you made that yourself?
That's a Spud Valley case, and there you go,
trick.
and you drill.
Superfly, get on it, buddy.
You go
Make
and
us
drill
a
all
few
your
of those.
holes.
I already see about 1,000 people watching this that just had the same idea I did. I want to buy one of them.
You can buy the dubbing case. They're expensive, like to buy it already pre-drilled, or you can just buy yourself a case and then do what I did, and I drill the holes all in it and put my dubbing in. So I'm going to do a little bit of this diamond dub in the back here.
Yeah, I've only seen the Antron ones though.
Oh,
They got them in.
well, no, that's what I mean. You can. I have seen a Superfly one with the all diamond dub, but like I said, you can buy empty cases that already have the holes in them too, and they are dubbing boxes, and you pay like $29 for them, empty with no dubbing in it, or you buy a case for $6, drill your own holes.
I hate to say it, Scott,
put your dubbing in.
that case of yours might go missing. I don't know where, but.
All right, guys. So we are going to put in our hackle here. Now I'm going to tie it on so that it's flat, and you notice I've also removed all the hair off of that, off of the shank, and I'm going to tie it in so that I have some of this bare shank exposed, so these fibers aren't all the way in. There will be a purpose to that, and we're just going to tie it in the front as well. Bingo. And we're going to deal with that a little bit later. We're going to do the top and the rest of this fly here. So we got a little bit of dubbing again. Am I doing the dubbing? No, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. Wings. Wings is, it's time for wings. Just make sure that's still in there. Alright. So, I'm going to show you guys what I've done, because I've pre-done these ones. So this is what's going to be your wing. This is a CDC feather. What it normally looks like.
Big and bushy.
Big and bushy. Let's see if I can find one. Is this. So I don't, does that show up?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can see it good and clear.
So what we're going to be doing is trimming it down into that. So you can either do it manually, or what you do, this one is another Superfly product, and it's they have caddis wings, mayflies, and stoneflies, and I believe we bought them out of all their kits.
Yeah, well, you can get them at Spud
So
Valley
you can get them
Sporting
here at
Goods,
Spud
so-
Valley's. But
Yeah,
what
for-
it is, it's a punch. It's meant for foam, but it works on feathers. Comes with this nice rubber pad. You lay that big feather down on the pad, and then take that tool and punch it out. So you push down, and it's basically a cutter. And so then what you're going to be left with is this. You're going to cut it off right here, get rid of that bottom stuff. I save all that bottom and cut it off the feather and turn it into dubbing. A little bit of CDC dubbing for some of your other dry flies. So what you'll end up with are these two mayfly wings. We're going to match them up back to back so they curve away from each other. We're going to get our tips in our fingers here if I can. There we go. So we got two of these guys. We're going to get our length, eyeball that up. I want it coming up past the tail. I'm going to grab those two wings and I'm going to get rid of that excess material. We don't want it. So you should just have these two nice bare shanks. Split that wing on either side of the hook. I'm going to make sure that I got this little stem out of the way, and then you're just going to trap these wings down and get those threads moving backwards, and then we'll go forward. Just pull on those guys, pull up these, and then we can get them into position. So if you grab each one of them, pull it out to side, I'm having trouble finding the one, it's hiding on the other side of my vise. There we go. Give them a little bend forward, and there you have your two up wings. Finish this off. Back to our dubbing, put the front of the thorax in, and then we'll finish it up by putting that hackle together. Alright, make sure you don't grab those wings. Get that thread right back underneath that post. There we go. And do a nice little head on there. Now I'm going to go back over and we're going to finish off this post. So we're going to take this, and why I left it bare is so that I can get that up to the top of the eye, or up to the top of that ball that I burned. There we go. And then we're going to start making these thread, or these hackle wraps.
Dude, that makes it a lot easier, doesn't it?
Going down and under. So you want to make sure you go under, you get underneath all that hackle as you wind down that little post. Otherwise it flattens everything out. You just go until you get as much hackle as you need.
Oh boy, does that look good, Scott.
Alright, so now you're going to grab your thread, grab your hackle. Woo! I'm going to pull my thread towards the eye and down. So I want to make sure that I get underneath all those thread wraps. And now I've trapped that hackle feather, and it's in towards the post. So you see I'm pulling my hackle that way, my thread this way, and it gets it right up underneath that post. Go in, get rid of your access. Be careful not to lose all your hackles. I don't trim it too close.
Yeah, last thing you want is that
Yeah.
thing unraveling right now.
Alright, so now that you got that, you're going to brush all this stuff back. Just wind back up to the front. Put a little head on there. Get a little whip finish going on. Make sure you get underneath all those hackles. 1, 2, 3, done. 1, 2, 3, done. Trim off your thread. Push your hackles down. So you see how all these hackles are going to be sitting, and this fly is just going to ride straight up like that. My vise is getting in the way of my other wing. You grab those wings, you can give them a little separate and give them a little pull, get them into position. That is your little showstopper CDC winged.
See, the thing
Look at
is
those
that, you know what? Maybe just pull it out and just lay it flat on your hand and show them how it was sitting. Because when you showed me earlier, that's how it's going to sit in the water. The only problem is it's sitting on bright white. It looks like a glowing star.
Glowing? Oh, this hackle's not sitting proper. Just gotta move it around a little. Does it not work on the bright white?
Yeah, you got to tilt it down a little bit. Tilt right there. Perfect. It's yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll just go see if I can turn that bright light up.
Oh, maybe on the back of my phone. I'll try this.
There, that's probably a whole lot better. Let's just have a quick look.
Yeah, way better, Scott. Good idea.
So there you go. So that's how it'll sit on the water. Even if it falls over sideways, it'll look like a struggling one that's died halfway. It's still gonna have the wing profile and everything else.
Oh yeah. No, that thing's gonna catch fish like crazy. I'm really excited. I'm not gonna be tying a whole bunch of those myself, but
No, like I said, I don't tie lots of them. You know, I'll have a day where I'm like, you know what, I want some fancy looking flies. You put them in your box, you use them now and then. They work really great, but it you know, not all fly tying is always for the fish. Some of it is for the fishermen, and this one is definitely one for the fishermen.
You got it. That's a beautiful fly, Scotty. Anyhow, let's go back up top.
Let's go up there.
There it is. We're getting to almost 2 gigs.
Yeah, so we're going to end this one. Thanks for watching Friday Night Flies. I'll be back with a big streamer patter. Give you a little sneak peek. You can't really see too much. Oh,
you guess you're going to have to watch the next show.
You have to watch and find out. But that's Boulder signing out. Friday Night Flies. What do we say? Drop the ball.